Well, there is always excitement at the Cincinnati Zoo when we're expecting a baby. We have special watches, we anticipate it. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but we want to make sure we're prepared. And this year we're excited about the potential of a baby polar bear. I'm here with Dr. Erin Curry, who's an expert from our CREW Center, the Center for Conservation and Research of Endangered Wildlife, and I know you work on polar bears. So start with, Erin, what's in this bag?
So I'm here to pick up the weekly batch of fecal samples from our female polar bear, Inanna. We're measuring the hormones in those fecal samples, and they will hopefully give us some indicator of whether or not Inanna is pregnant. Right now, there's no pregnancy test for polar bears, so we're measuring the progesterone, which gives us some idea, but it doesn't distinguish pregnancy from pseudo-pregnancy. So we're trying to develop a pregnancy test, but in the meantime, we're going mainly off her behaviors and her progesterone concentrations.
You know what's neat about that, though, is you don't have to take blood, which is, of course, hard with a wild animal, possible but hard,
Yeah.
whereas this, of course, is readily available, so that's pretty neat.
It is. It's completely non-invasive, and we're hoping to apply these technologies to wild bears as well.
Yeah, well, that's a neat thing. So we've got a big exhibit with 2 sections. Does our female den up?
She is. She's currently spending time in her den right now. In the wild, pregnant females would go into a tiny maternity den. It's only about 6 foot by 6 foot by 3 foot tall, so a really tiny space where they feel safe and comfortable. And our female has a similar area behind the scenes in her denning area.
But I know polar bears are tricky. They're trickier than a lot of animals,
They
right?
are, yeah.
Tell a bit about that.
So polar bears are especially tricky this time of year because many females are pseudo-pregnant. So a pseudo-pregnant female will go into a den, she'll build a nest, she'll spend a lot of time sleeping, and these are all behaviors we're seeing with Inanna, but pregnant females do the same thing. So we can't distinguish pregnancy from pseudo-pregnancy in this species.
Oh man, so do scientists understand why in nature a polar bear would do that? Because I don't think, like, lions don't do that.
Many carnivores actually go through pseudo-pregnancies.
Oh, no kidding?
Yeah,
Okay.
so in many cat species, the pseudo-pregnancy is shorter than a real pregnancy, but in bears, it's the same duration, so no differences at all. We're not sure why they go through pseudo-pregnancies from an evolutionary standpoint. I'm not sure what benefits it provides, but it seems to be the default mechanism in bears.
Yeah, well, that's amazing. It makes it complex. People are excited to be observing her, and hopefully we'll have a baby. And if we don't have cubs, we'll try again next year.
Sure will.
Yeah.